Hi everyone. So, as most of you are well aware, crypto's finished. All done and dusted. Pack up the bags and head on home. Good times are over. Look, you're going to see this constantly. You look through um, YouTube and you can see all the different thumbnails. And unlike all the other thumbnails, my thumbnail is a positive one. And crypto market's not over. It's not going to disappear. We're going down at the moment, but look, everything goes down and goes back up over time. So the big thing here is obviously with Trump's tariffs and all that impact it's had on crypto. See here we had a massive sell-off over the last 24 hours, up around 82, 83,000, and dropped right down to the low of 74,000, going back up to 77. Most people will tell you that the market is going to go down. I'm not going to disagree with them. I haven't a clue what way it's going to go. However, the big thing here is just don't panic. I've seen this on numerous occasions. Market goes up, market goes down. Provided you're in a decent enough position, and pretty much have some sort of strategy and plan in place, just weather the storm. Um, just to give you a bit of context to this, I do have positions open, borrowing and lending. Some one of these positions I had to actually repay at a loss now at this moment in time, but I have other positions that are in good, healthy positions from it. So, and I'm happy with it. And I can't emphasize enough of why you should be farming positions that are like what I mentioned over here on SwapX, stable positions. I'm earning moment. I think it's around 15% if that populates. And again, not an extreme, but keeping me in the game, keeping the bags growing. And as I said, that's the key here. So I'd discuss a lot of different stuff in my Discord group. If you're interested in getting in, now is probably a great time to get into it. Comment below. I'll send you the link, keeping it small. But what we're going to do here is going to be less of a focus on the positions that I'm in and what I'm doing, and more of a focus here on the overall market and trying to give some context, I suppose, and trying to help out, I suppose, with people that are doubting and questions and concerns. So, just in context, I suppose, I originally got into crypto back in 2017 time. Obviously, everything went up, went down. I rode it up to, I think the high at the time was around 60,000, right back down to 12,000, and yeah, everything in between. What I've done is over the last 4 years, I haven't bought any crypto, pretty much just farmed it, and I've grown my bag since then. If I don't know enough about the financial world and stuff like that, and obviously with Trump's tariffs and things like that, but gathered the information through AI and stuff gave me basically the similar outcome of what I'm thinking myself. That is, yes, it'll go down, but it won't last forever. And like I said, get into positions that are protecting your bags, and obviously being able to yield farm is key here. So these few charts over here, I was looking up on Bitbo, and to give you an idea of this one, kind of caught my attention a bit. You can see here, so everywhere the green shadow is pretty much a supply. You can obviously see here in the big pumps we had massive sell off, and obviously these are long term holders getting rid of Bitcoin, and then we have accumulation. You can see it nearly on every single stage. However, up here there's a bit of uncertainty. You can see obviously over the last year, half a year, we've had obviously the amount of people that are holding Bitcoin has been selling off. And hopefully, what we might start to see here is a little bit of actually accumulation starting to happen again, which is key. So, try and see, can I zoom in on that section? See it here. Obviously, we've dropped down 4.45, 14.5 the whole way down. Now, as I said, it's starting to go up to 14.6 million. And as I said, hopefully, as I said, we can start to see a little bit more of this increase. Now, again, this is just a positive, trying to take it from it. Again, if we look over the Bitcoin halving, you can see the breakdown here of what has happened. So obviously, this cycle since halving has been very basically steady enough. But in saying that, it was 64,000 when the halving happened, and we obviously went up to 100 and something thousand here, and now we're retracing back down. Will it retrace down lower? Yes, it could do. However, if you look over here on these ones, the same thing. We had $600, $700 Bitcoin, went up to 2,000, and after that, obviously, period of 24%, whatever that is. You can see again here we shot right up to 18, I think, thousand and around that, and we sold off again. So look, just trying to bring a bit of rational thought into this, I suppose. Fear and greed index again. This could go way down, obviously more down to the fear side, and with everything, it'll drop off a cliff. Could drop off a cliff, but again, could easily turn around. Trump could change everything in the next week, and the markets could be booming again. So the key here is, as I said, get into positions. So don't be getting into positions that require you to be exposed to an alt. So in this case here, I'm using obviously Sonic token. So you can see here I'm in this position here, getting roughly 20%, 18, 17%, I think, for that. There's another position here, is a stable coin yield position, you get 37%. Bear in mind, in this position, you're getting paid out in your gem tokens. Gems here can be easily traded into liquid. Obviously, they're liquid, so you can do whatever you want to do with them, trade them, hold them. Obviously, these gems will give you some of the airdrop that will be allocated to SwapX. But again, if you decide you want to sell it, you're getting 37% on stable coins. And how to get this, these two stable coins is receipt token from Aave, and also the receipt token from Rings Protocol from being involved with that. Again, stablecoin yield is 37%. Blue chip assets here, which is Sonic, we're getting up to 20%. This is just using SwapX. This is just using Sonic. There's a host of other opportunities out there. Again, if we go to Silo Finance, rates have probably increased again, so we can get 7% here for lending. Another 7.2% again for lending stablecoins. And the opportunity is still there for everyone to take advantage of. And like as I mentioned, this position here, I'm getting paid to deposit my S, and I'm only paying a small percentage to actually borrow off the back of it. So look, markets are doom and gloom for probably now. Things can drop off very quickly. I see so many people fall into these thumbnails, and compounds the problem. That's the thing. Markets are going down. Everyone goes looking on YouTube, and straight away the problems compound because everyone is saying sell, sell, sell. Look, do what you want to do to buy crypto, sell crypto, but have some sort of strategy built into it all. Don't just go on YouTube, or even my own advice, not advice, my own recommendations here. So as I said, if you hold in Bitcoin and nothing has changed last week or two in your views on where you think this Bitcoin can eventually go, then opportunity there is to borrow and lend with that and get into a yield generation position that's not going to crucify you with a permanent loss, and play the system. So yeah, look, we're going to leave it there. Let me know in the comments if you want to join the group. I'll get the link sent out to you, and we'll take it from there. But again, keep the head up and don't sweat over crypto. Good luck.